we're ready to go. I'm gonna move this to here. Show that on screen for now. And then come in on this account. Welcome in everybody that's coming in. Just check, do a sound check. And everybody that's coming in. Just check, do a sound check. Perfect. Welcome in. Hi, how are you? This is the first time back in a little while. I use today, Mondays at 11 a.m. to do a tutorial on Benable. And so that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to get started. But first, I'm going to get us tapped to 1,000. So if you want to come in and say hi, what you see on the screen right now is our Benable commission. And I'm actually going to start this tutorial out the gate this morning with this conversation about whether or not you can make money on Benable without having thousands of followers on TikTok. And the reason why I want to go through that is because I think a lot of people see Benable on TikTok. They get hung up that, oh, you have to reach 1,000 followers to put your link in the bio. And then it's kind of like, I can't get there. And they get discouraged. You can start this literally right now for free and you could be making sales. And I'm so honest about that. And this year I am making this so that all of the contributions, I can't even say the freaking word, is going to our debt repayment. So I'll walk through that and show you guys everything that I'm doing. And this is, what I do on the side along with my social media management business to get us ahead in all of the ways. Last year, I made $500 USD, and that went to things like pizzas for the kids for school. And so this year, I'm hoping to get that out of the park and really push hard to try and get us in a little bit of a better space, especially with where we're at right now. So that being said, I'm pushing us to 1,000 and then we are going to get started. Again, if anybody is walking in, please say hi in the comments. Your comments mean a lot to me and it shows that you're here and that you're watching. And if you're coming off of the FYP, a takeaway from like learning more about this is that you can do it for free. So, come on in and maybe just sit for 10 minutes and just absorb. A lot of the times on TikTok, I come across lives that, you get sold all of these like, oh, you can make, this and this and this in so many days. And then you find out that it's going to cost you X amount of dollars and you get discouraged. And it's more that people get discouraged by the lack of effort. And I'm telling you, the people that stick around and actually spend time on Benable and do the things are going to make money, which is going to be good for you. But also, there's like for me, right? People walk into this account and they go, okay, I need to hit $80 to cash out. It doesn't take long. So we have hit 1K and I'm going to get started. Oh, before I do, I'm going to share this out because that's important too. And just say, welcome back, guys. I find that the days that I do tutorials, it's a lot slower in here, and that's okay. The purpose of me doing the live tutorial is to be able to actually talk and get all of the information out, and I can cut this into pieces and actually, use this as ideas, and I get questions in my lives, and it helps me create content around Benable. Now, for this first segment of can you make it if you start, right? So on the screen you have a code that is an invite code. It is totally free to join Benable. So your time and effort and sweat equity is what is going to get you commissions. And something that's really important and why I joined Benable in the first place was actually the brand partners. Somebody was on live here on TikTok and they were showcasing the fact that you could work with Walmart, you could work with Target, you can work with Ulta and Sephora and Etsy and Nike and Best Buy, PetSmart. These are all names that everybody knows. So when it comes to the saleability of things, people know these brands. It's not that you are going in and being like, come to this and purchase from me. You also aren't like, I have this, for example, okay? So this gets put in a link, right? And then I take this link and I put it into the list as a recommendation. Now I can create content around this. I can just post that link, which I'll show you. And then when somebody clicks, they're going to go to the brand that is associated with this purchase, right? So I am not selling you this, right? So you're not going into anywhere, logging information in. I'm not packaging and shipping this to you. I'm not dealing with customer service. I'm not dealing with if this has a missing piece or if it's broken. Literally, I'm having you guys go to the brand that you trust. And then you are then purchasing from that brand, right? And so I'm the connection point. I'm recommending these products. And so by doing that, I don't have to stress. I don't have to put a ton of labor and thought process into the day-to-day sales, which I have experience in. It's not necessarily a nightmare, but I will tell you, I had a business. It was a bath bomb business, and figuring out shipping, the right shippers, how much to ship things at, how to reduce the shipping, complaints that there was a shipping cost instead of free shipping. Like, it gets exhausting. And so when you're dealing with just being able to share out your favorite things and getting a commission from it, it is so much easier, so much better. And that's the piece that I love, is that it's doing things that I love and showing you things that I care about, and then it flipping over. So as a content creator, let's connect this piece. As a content creator, it means that if I showcase something from Sephora, if I'm putting on eyeliner from Sephora, I can tag that brand. So I can get into opportunities in the future where I grow, and that's the influencer part to it. There's so many things. Okay. My brain is going off on all different directions. What we were going to talk about was how you start from zero and start making money without having to A, create content, B, having thousands of followers, and C, ending up in everybody's DMs. Okay. So what you do is you come into Benable, it is totally free, and you start creating a list. So you create a list right on Benable. This is my profile. And when you create a list, you're going to give it a little title that's a little catchy. We're coming up onto Valentine's Day, so I actually have this from last year and I'm updating this as we go into Valentine's Day. It's going to be a catchy title. What you want to avoid is being like, okay, Valentine's Day at Adidas, or Valentine's Day at Sephora. The reason why is because if you put it as a broad title and a catchy title, then you can include Sephora, Ulta, ColourPop in that same list. You can then broaden how many things that you put in that list. You can put Etsy in this list. You can put Walmart in this list because it's Valentine's Day. The other thing that I tell people to avoid is don't put a year into your list, because it's going to show up in your URL. And there's ways of like editing that, but for a lot of people, they just want to get started and go. Now I have this optimized badge. That's because I have 15 to 21 items in here. What you're going to do is you're going to create that list title, you're going to open it up, you're going to put in a description. Has to be a little bit of a beefy description, and it can't be 2 words. Put in a sentence, and then you're going to put in a link, right? So how you do that is you literally press the button here and then you put in a link. So if I go over to Walmart, actually let's do Etsy because I haven't put anything on Etsy on here. So I'm going directly to the brand page. Going to go to this, right? So I'm going to search and I'm going to pick out something that I think is really cute. I can even filter it to like um, star seller or something like that. Like if I go like this, a star seller is usually somebody that's trusted on Etsy. And so then I can be like, oh, there's this like blind date box. That's really cute, right? And now what I'm going to do is take this right at the top of the page. I'm going to copy it and bring it over to Benable, put it in the link, go, and it's going to pull that information directly for me. It is so easy, directly for me. It's pulling the images for me, and I literally just go like that. Very cute. Make sure that you make the image so that it goes to the mobile size. The affiliate link is on, and then you add a note. So the note is supposed to be a recommendation. It's not a product review. It's not a product description, I should say. This is a great idea for your date. A all done for you gift basket with the perfect items to get that smooch. Okay, full sentences. So I have sections and I can show you what that looks like too. If you get your list big enough that you need sections, it's usually that it's too big. Then you would have these at the top. These allow for the list to be more shoppable just because it breaks it up and people can click on it. But each section also needs a description if you do sections, but it's not required. Now that you have your list of 15 to 21 items, okay, the reason why I say 21 items is because if it's not green at 21 items, then you need to stop. You need to go through your notes and your descriptions and redo them, make sure that they're lengthy enough. And then once you're at that point, then keep going. Once you're optimized, once you're green, you can keep going, keep adding to it. It does fall out of optimization from time to time. That's when you add sections and you keep growing that way. That being said, then once you have a list over on Benable, it automatically gets pushed out to the discovery feed. So you signed up for Benable for free. You created a list for free. It just took your time. Then it gets posted over onto their discovery feed. Benable has over 500,000 users on the discovery feed that goes through, they have their lists. The best thing that you can do for yourself when you're starting out is going through this discovery feed, clicking around, and treating it like any other social media site, right? Engaging on things that are already active, like going through these lists, grabbing ideas from people who are also creating lists on Benable is going to help you. It is also going to give you engagement. It's going to have people from the platform go and look at your lists. It's going to create just traffic, right? Basic traffic from the site itself. So that's one. That's one free way. Hey, gamer. That's one free way of doing this is going right in, make your list. It lives on Benable. Just from that alone, if you're engaging on the platform and making connections on the platform, you're going to create traffic within the platform. Number two, to increase that traffic. So when you share your links out to places, then you get more traffic to your lists, one. Two, you also have certain lists that you create become more popular. And so then they put Google SEO on those lists. So if your list is popular, if it's optimized, they will put a Google SEO on it, and then you're searchable on Google. So that is really cool as well. So that's the second traffic source is Benable, Google. Okay, so that's two free ways just by being on Benable for free. Now, there are three types of links that you can use on Benable. You can use your profile link at the very top of the page. You can use your list link. You go share list and you get a copy link, okay? So you can share your entire list. Or you can go into your list and you can go down to a product that you are suggesting to a friend and you can share that specific item. Okay. Uh, detected the live. Didn't check. Okay. Um, so three different links that you have access to, which means that each list, if there's 15 to 21 items, that's like 25 links that you have access to. Okay. So you take this link and you do not have to create content. You don't have to make a video of the product, okay? What you do is you take the list link, okay, and you go into Facebook for one, right? Facebook is a great place. I'll try to show you guys this in a second. So we've got Canada. By the way, I am Canadian. um, and that's something too, is that even though we get it in USD, we make more because of the conversion rate. So that being said, you go into different groups and then you can post. So you go like this and you literally ask, are you ready for Valentine's this year? Okay, post it. And then that's not creating content. That is literally just posting the link and then people come and check out your stuff. Okay. The same thing applies when I go and I don't know if I can do it from here. I might be able to. Hold on. I don't know what's gonna pop up here. I don't know what account is logged in. This one? Also not accurate. I changed this yesterday. Okay. Let's see what it does. So the thing that I tell people all the time to do, this is the first thing that I tell people to do. And I'm not experienced in Pinterest. However, Pinterest is an outbound site. Okay. So what that means is creating pins with your link is going to get clicks. Okay. So this in itself, creating a picture from the stuff that you already have on your Benable, this is all faceless, right? You don't have to share anything. You don't have to be doing that, okay? So you can create a Pinterest account. You can walk through ChatGPT on how to create boards, what boards you should be making, and then start posting in those boards. So that's what I am getting back to this year is, adding that as like a background source of going to my, stuff. I don't have like a streamlined theory yet. Hello. Hi, Alicia. And so I use this um, as a way to have something running in the background that is going to get clicks to my Benable. So that is now 4 ways of doing Benable for free without creating visual content. Okay. Well, visual content being like you're not creating videos. So this video and this video is definitely content that I have created. I do that here on TikTok. And I do that because, again, I want people to go and click my Benable. And this all helps me with potentially getting more commissions, right? So my daughter made this Enderman out of Lego. Lego is one of the brand partners that Benable uses. And so by creating a video where I'm not showing her, I'm not showing myself, I'm just showing the process of her building it, it creates a video content of a branded item. I could then tag Lego. I can then show how excited she is. I am drifting away from putting the Benable logo on um, these brand videos that I'm creating and putting it into the comments section, because if Lego then decides to put an ad, like a Spark ad on this, then they're more apt to do that if Benable is not associated, because they want their brand and their brand only. So I am drifting towards that. Good morning, girls. I love you. And so it's really creating content like this is easy. Um, you don't have to get in front of a camera and start talking product description. Okay. This is learning content. So I teach Benable, and so I totally believe that if I'm teaching Benable, that that will come through threefold towards me of people being interested, clicking around, being curious. Um, every click that you get over on Benable gives you additional clicks over on Benable itself. And so the more traffic you drive to your sites, to your lists, are going to help you in the long run. That being said, I can make a video and be like, this is an amazing Tetris game that we just got for our kids. This has 4 different player modes in this, and it's really exciting because it is something that has the classic version, and you feel like you're actually playing Tetris but in real life, and it takes it away from the video game. Okay. If you want to get your kids off the video game, this is a great way to get started. Then I put the list in my comments as a picture. Then I put this in one of my lists, which it already exists in one of my lists. Okay. I have this in my board game list. So I have a kids section, and I have a board game list. So when people go into the board game list, they literally can find this probably at the bottom right here, and then they literally just pull it up and then they can shop. Now the other thing is that if somebody clicks this and goes over to Walmart, and then it's out of their price point, it's out of stock, and they decide to go and shop for something else, like they decide to click on games and puzzles instead after reading all of this, because they clicked on this and they still purchased, you still get a commission. It would just identify it as this, and that's why the prices of your commissions vary. So that being said, that's something I like as well, because I have heard over on TikTok Shop that you have to have somebody purchase the item from your showcase. That's not the case with Benable. They literally can click that item, go over to the brand store, and purchase anything at the brand store. And something I talk a lot about in my content is, hey, like if you're going to buy groceries this week, come and check out my Walmart before clicking over and buying your groceries. And I've had people purchase things off of my celery. I've had a Coke sale. I've had I think milk. Milk. I sold milk. It just shows up as that. Okay, and I actually can show you. The most recent one from Walmart was coffee. So oh gosh. So in here, um, the last I don't even have a farmer outfit. Anyway, I know my creativity sucks. No, I don't know. I don't even have overalls. No, I love you. Um, so Barnes and Noble was my last commission. We sold coffee. That was Walmart. Um, Walmart again, chocolate. Target, Target with the Red Bull. Yee. Then we've got Walmart, and then this one will be Lego, and then this one's Walmart. This one Walmart. I get a lot of Walmart sales. Walmart Anthropology. Nope, Walmart. I do have Anthropology. Proof of payout. Walmart. This one Etsy. Nope, Walmart. Mm. See, I've sold green onions, guys. Benable bonus. So Benable has contests and bonuses all the time. You should go check out their IG account. They do have a TikTok account. However, their TikTok is not where they go for their contests. It's more lifestyle content. So always pay attention to their IG. I'm currently in a back-to-back contest. I'm hoping to hear back today whether or not I have earned anything from it, and that will go towards our debt repayment. So there's little things in here which just, it's amazing. I can tell you officially now, my, do I have it up here? I probably don't have it up here. Um, that's a Substack. I had a like sheet, and I will definitely pull that up for our next live on Monday. But on the sheet, I had our top list. So our top list is actually this, the delicious yummies to binge. People go in here all the time and get their treats, and most of it goes to Walmart. So it's a really easy list. Now, to get into what we're currently doing with Benable, I'm really excited because I'm doing a debt repayment challenge this year. And so I have created a list specifically on Benable because of low engagement on Facebook. And so I've labeled it. One of the unique things that you can do with Benable is you can share any link at all. So I have shared the links that go directly to these videos for additional traffic. So that allows more engagement on those videos. It also helps me keep track of everything that's going on in a fluid way. But then, just like my link tree, this allows that when people are walking through my Benable to have immediate access to those stores. And so when they see the stores, hopefully it will trigger like, oh, I do shop there. Because a lot of the times on Benable, you see the items and you don't really know where they're going. And so you're like, I don't really shop here. And then you leave. The trick with this though is that I've had to put in items. So if you put in a store URL and just put in like walmart.ca, for instance, it's probably not going to trigger the system as it is on an item itself. And I don't know if that's a tracking issue, but I did make a list at one point of just stores, and I just had the URLs, and it had like 150 likes for that list. No sales came out of that list. So what I'm doing here is linking an actual product, and then I have the logo so that people can see right away, like recognition, that that's the store that they're going to shop at. And it's only specifically for this list, so that people can easily shop where they want to shop. Um, and so all of that is really exciting to me because it means that everything that's in the commissions is going to grow and go towards those payments. Later today, I'm going to sort through our wish list. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to update that. We're going to sit down and figure out our live schedule because I am very aware that these live tutorials do not get a lot of traction here on TikTok. Not a lot of people come through, not a lot of people engage in these videos. And for me, it's a standpoint of being able to teach you about Benable and that you can do it too. But if it's not going to be something that is actually going to get in front of eyeballs and people actually like sitting down and learning, then there's no point of doing these tutorials. And I have a huge resistance to getting rid of them because they create so much value. Um, and so I'm really like on like the basis of like, is it TikTok Studio? Is it that people don't like the tutorials? Is it that people aren't able to come up on panel? I'm really trying to figure out that piece because I'd really love for these live tutorials to have 100 comments and have people in here interacting and learning and actually start making their own money from Benable. And that's, you know, the end goal is actually helping others who are also struggling just like me claw their way up. And being a Canadian, that's important to me, is helping others. And this is the key to that for me, is figuring out other streams of income that it takes sweat equity, it takes that time to go and do it. And you can absolutely do this for free and make money from it. The fact that I made $500 last year is what has got me triggered to be like, let's go, let's go, let's go, right? Yeah, it's not a lot, but you know what? It's still something, and it proves to me that one, the platform is real, it pays out, they care. Two, you're still making money and you're doing it from things that you have in your house already, and you don't have to sell or get rid of the stuff that you own just to showcase things to people and get them to purchase. And three, it gives you the opportunity that as you're growing as a content creator, that you can influence and you can get potential brand deals and potential PR opportunities. They're all created in sequence with each other. But I do have to figure out this live component because I feel like the live aspect of it is either the TikTok studio or my mobile. And if I go on mobile, I can't share my screen. I can't show you the how to do something, because the second that you turn your phone over to a screen, it's like, hey, no, stop, freeze. Um, so, and I really wish that my community was here today so that I could, you know, sit down and talk about, um, you know, live times and goals and things like that. But as that's not the case, we are going to end the live, and I'm going to pop this over onto the other social channels and go from there. I hope that there was some value in today's tutorial, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me.